mekelkasanova coming at you with another video, and everybody and their mama have put up review videos and impressions and their thoughts and opinions and all this about NBA Playgrounds for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. So, guess what I'm doing in this video? I'm giving you my impression and my opinion. So stay tuned and you'll find out what I think of NBA Playgrounds. And also, if you want to win a Nintendo Switch, definitely check out my video on that and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Once I hit 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, big bundle for the Nintendo Switch. Also, and a big shout out to Miguel Lopez, there's also going to be another giveaway. So every 10,000 subscribers I get, that 10,000 subscriber, once we hit that number, what I'm going to do is do a random drawing and pick one person, and that person, whoever wins, gets a Nintendo Switch bundle. And that's going to run concurrent with the current promotion I got going now. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned, subscribe, like, share, comment, and all that good stuff. And roll my intro music.
Do you wanna dance? Yeah! Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby.
So the question on everyone's mind is NBA Playgrounds worth buying? Now, be it on the Switch, the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or PC. Is it worth getting? That's a question that's on a lot of people's mind. I'm going to tell you yes, despite what Switch Force and all these other reviewers are saying, the game is a solid go. And if you're curious to know more information, I'm going to go ahead and give that right for you. Now, I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people also want to know, is this game like NBA Jam? And I'm going to say yes, it is. There are some differences that are distinct, but overall, the game is solid. Plays like, it definitely takes inspiration from the NBA Street Series and also from NBA Jam. It's a 2-on-2 game, and it basically features real stars that have incredibly exaggerated proportions. Some, have some really out there creative, crazy moves. There's a turbo button. You can shove people, alley-oop. You can do dunks. You can get 5 points in one shot. Basically, you get the idea of how this works. Now, don't go into NBA Playgrounds expecting it to play just like the older games that paved the way. And it definitely does have its own quirks and mechanics to get used to. So, those who don't adapt to that will leave feeling frustrated, like people from Switch Force. For example, I like to push and steal the ball constantly in NBA Jam. I like it a lot. It's my favorite. In Playgrounds, a player can generally push once per defensive position because it drains the stamina bar instantly. In fact, if said player recently performed some big type of dunk, they may not be able to push for it. Many moves drain stamina. This is indicated as a bar below each player. Using turbo, pushing, and performing different moves like crossovers, they'll drain it pretty quickly. And at first the stamina bar feels very limiting, but I've come to enjoy the decisions it forces on the players. So going for a big dunk might net you those 2 points, but it strips you of a defensive push for quite some time. It makes the game, I'd say, smarter and significantly more strategic. And if you ever lack the stamina to do something like push, the controller vibrates, and when I say it vibrates, it certainly does vibrate. Like, honestly, holy hell, sometimes I'm really surprised each time it happens because it feels like someone hooked a vibrator up to a car battery, you know what I mean? So, there are, of course, some small intricacies to the gameplay as well. So, shooting requires holding and then releasing the button. If you release too early or too late, the shot misses. So, timing a shot perfectly will net an extra point, as does scoring the very first bucket of a game. So shooting a perfect three-pointer as the first shot of the game can net a team 5 points at once. Yeah, I know, people say that's crappy, they don't like it, but get over it. It's what it is. And I do wish there was some sort of free mode to just run around trying different shots, experimenting with characters, and attempting to nail perfect shots, because I still have no clue what it's looking for when I'm there. Oftentimes I'll feel as if I nail the shot and it comes up as late. It can be frustrating to miss a dunk or easy layup because your timing was off. You know, like seeing, for instance, David Robinson miss a slam and jam and dunk because I held the button too long. It just feels lame. So I'm pretty sure the timings vary depending on the animation, but it's impossible to know what animation is going to play most of the time. So I just end up releasing and hoping for the best. Which in real life, that kind of is how it is when you're trying to, drain a three. So there's also this awkward wait time after every single basket. It's longer than NBA Jam or NBA Street. It can take several seconds. So the game forces the scoring team to their side of the court automatically. And the inbounding team cannot move until that happens. This would be fine if it were always quick, but sometimes it's certainly not that. After either an alley-oop or a chaos tier dunk, at least one player is usually splayed out on the ground, and then they need to finish their animation, get up, and run back to the side of the court, or their side of the court. And it becomes noticeably, annoying, as it kind of slows down the speed of an otherwise, breakneck pace game. Now, performing moves like alley-oops, blocks, steals, and monster dunks begin to fill up at a special time. Once it fills, the game randomly chooses a bonus for the team. This could be as simple as the next shot you take will go in, or something more interesting like the opponent's shot clock ticks faster. It's hard to say that they are all equal in value, but at least nothing feels overly powered. So, since it's all up to chance either way. While the moves in NBA Playground are pretty zany and off the wall, I do wish there were more options to play around with. Like, match options for exhibition games allows players to determine if they play for score or time. The level of the AI difficulty, and the color of the ball. I would have loved to see things like infinite turbo, max or null all stats, or anything to make the game crazy for this late night gaming session. And other than the exhibition, players can play offline tournaments against a slew of predetermined pairings of players. And there are 6 tournaments of 4 games each, all taking place at a new venue. This is the main way to unlock content. Completing a tournament unlocks the level and awards a card pack. I'll go into that more later on. Each game in the tournament also has a challenge, like scoring a certain number of 3-pointers or blocking the ball X amount of times. This is a great addition because it incentivizes the player to mix up their team composition, though I wish the rewards were better than in the ball club. There are over 150 NBA stars, both former and current, in the NBA Playgrounds. New players are unlocked through card packs, like collecting basketball cards in real life. Each pack has 5 players at random in it, and they are assigned values like epic and legendary for more iconic players. Packs are unlocked by leveling up, also known as playing the game, and beating tournaments. As of now, I don't really see any microtransactions at all in NBA Playgrounds. But, there is no way to buy player packs, so let's just keep it like that, so it's all about skill rather than pay to win. As soon as I saw these cards, I whispered to my cat, well actually several of my cats, oh shit, there might be some microtransactions. But, I saw no real way to spend real money here, and I'm actually happy about that. There's no pay to win. However, there's no word yet on if these packs at some point or may not be paid, but time will tell. That being said, the basketball card collector out there in the world will love this aspect of the game. Sure, it's frustrating. A lot of people don't have, several different players, but you'll eventually grow to love it. You'll grow to love opening these digital packs, and what makes this even better is each player once unlocked has stats and facts about them. The players can browse at their leisure, just like the back of the real-life cards if you were to collect them in real life. At times, it felt like the game was almost getting in the way of me getting more cards, but I guess I'm thankful there are no microtransactions because, me being a collection and completionist, I'd be the first to buy some packs. Legendary players they even have special moves that have been discovered through play. I initially found it frustrating that I couldn't just be told a player's special move, but then it dawned on me how exciting it can be to discover one or even just know one based on player knowledge. Players can also level up by playing as him, which apparently unlocks more moves for this specific player. But I'm still not exactly sure what that means. A lot of this game could just use a little more explanation than what is given. I also want to give a special shout out to the main menu music. And the reason I say that is it's the perfect level of corny, but it also has weirdly auto-tuned parts. Lyrics are simply hysterical in how bad they are, and best of all, it never gets old. The levels are also nicely varied. They're just new coats of paint, and they all play the same. The time and efforts were definitely put forth to make them feel unique. Playgrounds certainly has its faults, especially on the Switch. It does have its fair amount of loading times, and when you're playing it undocked in portable mode, it does have a lower than 720p, look of graphical fidelity, and that can bother some people. But for me, hey, it is what it is. I get to play this game on the go. Now, some of its mechanics in the game are strangely hidden in mystery, and as I continue to miss layups that no professional should ever miss. But in terms of off-the-wall 2-on-2 basketball, this game is a blast. It has a decent amount of single-player content. There's online play, well, for the Nintendo Switch. That's going to come later on down the road with the patch. If you're playing on Xbox, PS4, PC, you already have that out the door. And then, non-microtransaction-filled player collection system. So, if you're the type of player who enjoys basketball, even if it's just the good old days, and wants to see Anthony Davis hurricane dunk off of Walt Frazier with some friends, NBA Playgrounds offers up. Just about wraps up the video review for NBA Playgrounds. This is definitely a cop if you guys have $20 to spare. You have the Switch. Now keep in mind, on the Switch, undocked, it does run at, I would say, 480i or 480p resolution. It doesn't really look 720 like most other games when they're undocked. But it is what it is. You get a phenomenal game. If you loved NBA Street or if you loved NBA Jam, this is definitely going to be something you should enjoy. So, without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you guys want to win a Nintendo Switch or be part of, if you actually like the idea of the other giveaway that I can do concurrent with this one, definitely give this video a thumbs up, leave a comments below, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Tell me what you guys think, because I really value everyone's opinions that has something positive and reinforcing to say. Even the negative people, like, the haters that say I'll never reach 30,000 subscribers. Well, you know what? I want to tell you a little something. People say I would never make it to Hawaii, never graduate from college, never do a whole lot of things. And I own my condo in Hawaii, too, actually. And I'm doing it up here. A guy who came from Memphis. So, it is what it is. Haters, know your role and shut your fucking mouth. So, without further ado, this is mekelkasanova signing out. Deuces. Wow. I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.
Everybody drinks on me. Everybody in this bitch drink for free. Give me a whiskey double. A little bit of Jack is always trouble. And I'm feeling good, like a man with only 80 proven reasons would. Next up, straight to the DJ. Tell him play whatever songs she say. Her body is a misdemeanor. Dangerous, but I